I will explain how to crochet diagonal check stitch. There is a crocheting method called diamond mesh stitch that can make a similar shape, but diagonal check stitches can make a straight line more clearly. First, I will explain the basic crocheting method. Crochet 2 chain stitches, then pull the thread from the chain stitch just below the winding thread and make a double crochet. Keep this double crochet unfinished. At this point, wind the thread around the crochet hook 3 times, pull out the thread as before, and crochet a chain stitch. Again, wind the thread 3 times, pull out the thread from the stitch on the lower row, and crochet a chain stitch. Wind the thread around the hook once, pull out the thread leaving a gap between the 2 stitches, and crochet it to the top. One stitch is now complete. If you repeat this, it becomes a diagonal check pattern. Based on this basic stitch, I will also explain how to start and end a row, how to increase stitches, and how to proceed to the next row. First, I'm going to talk about the beginning of the row. At first, crochet 2 chain stitches, and then make a double crochet. Next, crochet 2 chain stitches again, and then crochet an inverted E stitch. At the end, crochet 2 chain stitches, and then crochet the same way as the left part of the basic stitch. In this way, a triangular mountain was formed. After that, you can proceed to the basic stitch. Next, I will explain the end of the row. If you crochet diagonal check stitches to go around the row, the end of the row will open like a triangle like this. I will explain how to fill this part. Crochet 2 chain stitches, followed by an unfinished double crochet stitch. Then crochet an inverted Y stitch. When crocheting the left leg of this inverted Y stitch, pull the thread out of the head of the double crochet made at the beginning of the row and the loop just below it. Also, crochet 2 chain stitches and crochet 2 double crochet stitches together. Finally, if you crochet 2 chain stitches and then crochet a slip stitch, the pattern will be connected beautifully. I will also show you what to do if you want to continue crocheting in the second row without finishing in the first row. In this case, when you crochet the basic stitch, you should crochet 5 chain stitches instead of 2 to make a jagged mountain. At the end of the row, if you crochet 4 stitches as shown in the figure, you can go to the next row. When you crochet the second row, insert the hook into the chain stitch in the center and its back ridge to pull at the thread. Next, I will explain how to increase the number of stitches. It is a method to curve the crocheted fabric by increasing the number of stitches more than usual. There is one way to bend it at a right angle, and there are two ways to bend it gently. First of all, it is about how to bend at a right angle. First, crochet the basic stitch without the left leg part. Then crochet 2 chain stitches, followed by a double crochet and a double treble crochet together. When crocheting a double treble crochet, pull out the thread from the second winding thread from the bottom. At the end, crochet 2 chain stitches and a double crochet stitch. You now have an inverted triangle. If you continue to crochet basic stitches from here, the fabric will be bent at a right angle. When crocheting the basic stitch just after the inverted triangle, insert the hook into the chain stitch just below the winding thread and pull at the thread. If you want to make the angle a little more gentle, there are two ways. One of them is to narrow the gap between the legs. The basic stitch has a gap of 2 stitches between the legs, but if this gap is removed, the lower part of the stitches will narrow and the fabric will curve. Another way is to make the upper side of the stitch bigger. Conversely, you can curve the fabric by increasing the number of chain stitches and making the stitches longer on the upper side of the stitch. You can combine the way to make the legs narrower and the way to make the upper part bigger. Finally, I'd like to introduce a simple motif using diagonal check stitches. First, crochet 36 chain stitches and make them into a ring. We will make this a square in the next row. Each side is made with 10 double crochet stitches, and the corners are made with chain stitches and double treble crochet. In the next row, crochet diagonal check stitches. This is the main place. Make a triangle for the beginning, and then crochet 2 basic stitches. And when you increase the number of stitches to an inverted triangle shape, the first side is completed. Crochet 5 basic stitches on the next side, then increase the number of stitches in an inverted triangle shape. Do the same on the next 2 sides and go around the fabric. At the end of the row, crochet an inverted triangle to connect the fabric. This completes the diagonal check part. At the end, let's crochet the edge with double crochet stitches. That's it. That was the way of crocheting diagonal check stitch. If you like, use this to create your original motif. Thank you for watching.